Hi, and welcome to Think About It. If you're married or you're contemplating marriage, then my message today may be of interest to you. It's titled Ways to Love. You know, in the United States, researchers estimate that between 40 and 50% of all first marriages will wind up in divorce. And the statistic gets worse with second marriages. They say somewhere around 60%. Well, my pastor, Mike Nimmer from Trinity Christian Chapel, tells newlywed couples that marriage is like a three-ring circus, because first comes the engagement ring, then comes the wedding ring, then comes the suffering. Well, that third one doesn't have to happen if couples work together to keep that spark of marriage alive. Ernie Haas, he's a Christian musical group leader. Signature Sound is a group. And he came up with 10 ways to love. The first way is listen without interpreting. Proverbs 18:1 says, "An unfriendly person pursues selfish ends, and against all sound judgment starts quarrels." A second way is to speak without accusing. James 1:19 tells us, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." A third way is give without sparring. Proverbs 21:26 tells us, "A day long he craves for more, but the righteous give without sparring." Another way is to pray without ceasing. Colossians 1:9 tells us, "For this reason, since the day we heard about you, we have not stopped praying for you. We continually ask God to fulfill you with the knowledge of all his will through all the wisdom and understanding that the Spirit gives." Another way is to answer without arguing. Proverbs 17:1 tells us, "Better a dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of feasting with strife." Another way would be to share without pretending. Ephesians 4:15 tells us, "Instead of speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every respect the mature body of him who is the head." That is Christ. Another way is to enjoy without complaint. Philippians 2:14 tells us, "Do everything without grumbling or arguing." Another way is to trust without wavering. 1 Corinthians 13:7 says, "It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres." Another way is to forgive without punishing. Colossians 3:13 tells us, "Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you." And the 10th way is to promise without forgetting. Proverbs 13:12 tells us, "Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life." I think Ernie Haas came up with 10 wonderful ways to love. Listen without interpreting, speak without accusing, give without sparring, pray without ceasing, answer without arguing, share without pretending, enjoy without complaint, trust without wavering, and forgive without punishing, promise without forgetting. And I'd like to add an 11th one. Read God's word daily. Read the Bible. Not just one verse, but the entire chapter, so that you can have fully understand what the writer is saying and how to apply it to your life. I've given you 11 ways to love. Think about it.